Hey everybody, welcome to the bonus video to the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast, episode 26, where I'm talking about, what is Facebook ad optimization, and I'm glad that you made it here, and I hope you find this really valuable. Some of it is a little confusing, I think, or at least it feels that way, because there's some intricacies to it. The first thing I just wanted to tell you is if you're not tech savvy or Facebook's not your thing yet or whatever, don't overthink this. Okay, you can go with the Facebook defaults and see how that does first. That's perfectly fine. But if you kind of want to get into a little more detail and kind of understand what the optimization methods are and what might actually help your ads better and that kind of thing, then you may have to watch this a couple of times. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's jump right into the Power Editor. So let's just take a look inside the Power Editor, which I'm already in here, and you can do this from Ads Manager or whatever. And as you can see, I'm in the ad set, so I'm creating ad set. I've scrolled, just so I've scrolled all the way down past the audience selection and placements and so forth, and I come to optimization and delivery. Now, something you should know is that what I'm seeing may look different than what you have. This happens often, either due to interface updates with Facebook or whatever. So if you don't see all these options, that's okay. But I am going to go through some of them. So now, if this is a conversion campaign. So what I'm trying to do is get people to register for a webinar, let's say. And so I want Facebook to serve the ads to people who are most likely to register. No brainer, right? The only challenge is that initially Facebook doesn't always know who's going to register, so they need to kind of figure it out too. And when you have it selected as conversions, it's really just kind of throwing it out there and hoping that you get a whole lot of conversions real quick so that Facebook can keep optimizing the ad to those people who converted. I hope that made sense. The other way that you can do it is that or Facebook now gives an option for most people, not everybody, it's not available for everybody just yet, is to right down here where it says optimize for link clicks until there's enough data to optimize for conversions. And so the difference is that Facebook does know who's most likely to click on an ad. I mean, they already have that information, and so they can serve it to people who are likely to click. The challenge is that obviously those people aren't necessarily the right people who should sign up for the webinar. So that's where the challenge of that comes in. And so when you utilize this option here, when you actually decide to take advantage of it, what happens is typically your conversions on your landing page will go down. Okay, so maybe you're used to a 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever it is, conversion on your landing page. Those are going to go down because now the ad's getting served to people who may not really be interested in that. So you got to kind of take the good with the bad. But the upside to it is that once you get to about 50 conversions or so, Facebook can then optimize the ad to just show it to people who are likely to take the action. So often what I see is people are very impatient and they don't have a big budget. So that's a bad combination. If you have a small budget, you have to be extra patient, okay, with your ads. If you have a bigger budget, you can be less patient. So if you're running just so you know, if you're running a webinar that's out in a week, then this is not going to work, okay? You need something that's ongoing, that has enough time to gather the data, if that makes sense. So if your webinar is out in a week, I probably wouldn't try this. But beyond that, then you would probably be okay. So you have two options here. One's the standard and the other one's the extended. So the standard just means that they would use some of the budget for link clicks and then the rest of the budget to try to for conversions. The extended one means that it's going to use mostly just for link clicks until they get enough data. All right, which one should you choose? Well, initially, if you want to start this out and you have the time, I would choose extended. If you're under a shorter time frame, use standard. And if you're in a real short time frame, don't use either of these at all. Just leave it at conversions and see what happens. And that's really the art and the science behind Facebook ads. Is it's not always a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. You can't just choose one every time and it always work the same way. It'd be nice, but it doesn't always work that way. So I'm going to turn that off if it'll let me. and show you a couple of other things that you can do to optimize your ads for or to optimize your ads in general. So the other options are, conversions is automatically selected. The second one now, and this is relatively new, is a landing page views. So it's served to people who are likely to click on the ad and actually wait long enough to have the landing page load. A lot of people will click on the ad, and if it doesn't show the landing page like immediately, they're gone. And so, that's usually a wasted click. So landing page views is an option. Also, you may or may not know this, but Facebook now can penalize you if your landing page loads slowly. Meaning they think the user experience is poor, so they show your ads less. It's just that simple. Okay. The next one on here is link clicks. And so link clicks is exactly what we were doing there a second ago when I was in the conversions campaign, but I hit that little slider to say, hey, optimize it for link clicks and then conversions. If I select link clicks here, though, it means the campaign is only going to be served to people who are likely to click. Now, sometimes this is a good option. If you have a small audience, meaning let's just say your audience size is under 500,000, let's say you're trying to retarget people, to do retargeting ads, link clicks might be a perfect solution for you because you want to get in front of them as much as possible. So those are a couple of things that you can do there, and a couple of reasons you might want to use it. The other thing is sometimes it's better to choose link clicks anyway than conversions. You just have to test them. Initially I would start out with conversions and then try link clicks later on. All right. The next one is impressions. So impressions just means they're going to serve the ads as many times as possible, okay, to whoever they can serve them to. It's not optimized for anything other than that. So you're going to get in front of a lot of people, not necessarily the right people, okay? Now, it is one thing that's good about impressions, it's good for retargeting, okay, because they're already on the list. We already know, so we want to get in front of them as much as we can. So that's okay. But if you're doing a webinar campaign like I'm talking about, I wouldn't choose this option. Now the other one is daily unique reach. And so what happens here is they would serve ads up to once a day to a given person. So somebody wouldn't see your ad more than one time per day. This is also good on retargeting if you don't want to, just keep in front of people all the time like you would in an impression campaign. You can just show your ad once a day. Other than that, though, you're probably not going to use it for any other purpose than that. So that's it. That's the bonus. I hope it made sense. If it doesn't, hey, don't sweat it. Just reach out to me. You can email me superman@OneFocusMarketing. That's ONE focusmarketing.com, or check out the podcast. If you haven't been listening to it, and if you haven't been listening to it, why not? Okay, Facebook ads with a twang. That's hard to forget, isn't it? So I hope to see you there or hear you there or whatever. Talk to you soon.